Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to today's Crypto Blast with myself and the awesome Cam O'Connor from obviously Crypto Degen and Instify, which Instify is basically Cam but with a tie on. Um, he appears to have just dropped off the call. But as usual, Cam, when he gets here, will be providing a rapid roundup of the latest pricing, flows, and market moving news in the crypto space. I'm going to invite him to be a co-host again. Hopefully he doesn't leave me this time because I'll get very self-conscious if he does drop me out again. But before we go ahead, let's get to the legals out the way. So as usual, nothing discussed on this space session constitute trading or investment advice or infers any kind of endorsement by PIQ or indeed the hosts, which is myself, Mr. Ryan Paisley, and of course Cam O'Connor. I will caveat before Cam jumps in that I am doing an outside broadcast today, so apologies if the sound is a bit shitty or you hear some beer glasses in the background start chinking away. I promise I'm not at the bar. It's just a massive coincidence. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Cam, how are you?
What a coincidence that is.
I don't know what you're on about, mate. The thing is, I'm willing to bet you can even tell. I bet you even know what chair I'm sitting in.
Oh, that's brilliant. I'm probably about an hour's behind you, so there we go.
Good
Looking
man, good
forward to
man.
it.
What's been
The
getting on?
sun
Oh,
is
well, obviously,
shining.
yeah, obviously, it'd be nice to talk about something other than tariffs if you can, please.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll make that happen. We'll make that happen for sure. But unfortunately, that those headline news has trickled down into the crypto space, affecting prices. And we'll touch on that very, very briefly, and then we'll jump into the rest of the crypto news. So Bitcoin experienced a very wide range yesterday in price ranging, well, topping out around $88,500. The bulls were getting excited. They said, we're going to hit 90K today. Trump opened his mouth, started talking, and the price fell over 7%, almost within 2 hours, and
Wah,
hitting a
wah,
low of,
wah.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Hitting a low of $80,300. This left a topside wick on the day of almost 4%. Again, we mentioned this for the last couple of days. The volatility that was going to be in play yesterday, yeah, to be expected. But again, looking forward to the rest of this week, unfortunately it doesn't end. It didn't end with his speech, and it's going to
It never
continue
does,
through the
mate.
rest
I
of
hate
it.
to
It
break it
never
to you.
does
I've been in the
it?
markets for 22 years. It never ends.
Exactly. Well, it never ends. So there we go. There's no end in sight. Um, so just keep that in mind as we finish out the week. Still going to be reacting very much to news headlines regarding these tariffs as we go on. I wanted to make a joke somewhere in today
Oh,
regarding
God.
Pudgy Penguins, which is an NFT, about how are they feeling, and hopefully like get one up on stage about how they're feeling about having these tariffs imposed on them.
Those goddamn penguins.
Those penguins. But yeah, nonetheless, we'll keep it professional. We won't do that. So
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
across to
As I
Ethereum,
said, look, you need to remember, you're not the DGen on this show. You're the institutional
exactly,
side.
exactly. So there we go. We won't do that, and we haven't. We haven't.
We haven't mentioned penguins. Keep going.
So looking across to Ethereum, very much the same. However, ETH fell 9% from the highs of yesterday, and ETH is now sitting just above $1,800, trying to keep that support line held up. Moving down the market to cap list, we have Solana trading at $115, XRP trading at $2.02, Doge at 16 cents. And BAB is trading at $593. Again, market over the last 24 hours is down off of this tariff news. US spot Bitcoin ETFs, however, because Trump started talking after the markets had closed, which was brilliant. US spot Bitcoin ETF saw net inflows of $222 million yesterday, and Ethereum saw net outflows of 51.2. You'll notice that the volume tick up on ETH was quite dramatic, considering we've seen around 4 to 5 million either side of the net inflow or outflow basis. However, that's jumped up massively to 51 million yesterday. So a lot of activity going on there. Let's move over to the news that you may have missed over the last 24 hours. The
Go for it.
House Financial Service Committee markup of the legislation for crypto assets is currently ongoing, and it looks like it's almost about to be finalized. We did have and I'm just trying to find it in my list here. I was going to do it very professionally and slide it in, but it looks like I didn't include it.
No, mate,
Da-da-da-da-da.
mate, don't worry, don't worry. This is a live show. These things happen.
Exactly. So I've missed that, but I did do a post this morning, bright and early. I think it was like five, something around 5 o'clock this morning. The US did manage to pass the first draft of the full stablecoin legislation. So I mean,
Oh
it needs
yes,
to go
yeah,
to a
yeah,
full house. Yeah,
yeah.
so it
You
needs to go
let
to the
me
full house
let
review.
me share that. Yeah, you did that on the Instify account because I remember reposting.
Yeah,
Yep, done. There you go.
awesome. Look at that, speedy. So
Speedy.
exactly.
That's
So
my
that's,
middle
I
name,
mean,
mate.
that
My
is,
middle name.
won't go
Sorry,
into that.
moving on. Sorry.
You're moving on quickly, moving on quickly. Yeah, so that is, I mean, in terms of progress and, these guardrails that we're talking about are needed before we start to see, the balls moving quickly in terms of, these major institutions starting to actually, not build, because we know the building work's being done in the background and has been done in the background for a long
Yeah,
old time, but to making these products go live, that is one of the key, building blocks, and now that's in
yeah,
place, or at least almost through the finish line. So that's a major progress. And again, I talk back to the I'll reshare it again today, but about the just a quick review that we did over the stablecoin legislation, highlighting I think it's about 10 or so bits out of that. So we'll move on. Alabama introduces a new bill to permit state investment board to invest in BTC and cryptocurrencies. Justin Sun accuses, this is quite a long story. Justin Sun accuses First Digital Trust, also known as FDT, of refusing to redeem TUSD's $501 million in reserves. FTT then denied that accusation. We'll go into a little bit more because, again, it's quite a vague headline. So Justin Sun accused First Digital Trust of managing around TUSD's $501 million reserves, but refused to redeem it. FTT is also the issuer for FDUSD, the stablecoin currently supported by Binance. So again, this is quite a large accusation. Justin Sun claimed that FTT was actually bankrupt and they could not redeem customer funds. FTT said it was due to AML and KYC concerns,
oh,
and
that old chestnut.
exactly, and concerns about the true identity of the ultimate beneficial owner. FTC once fell to as low as 0.87 cents, and that is a stable coin. So
Not
it
well,
shouldn't.
in only name maybe, but yeah, putting the definition of stable to the test there.
Yeah, the unstable coin. So it fell as low as 87 cents, so not quite stable, and it is recovering. Binance co-founder I'm just butchered that, so I do apologize.
Moving
Said,
on.
yeah, moving on. Said that FDUSD can be redeemed for a one-to-one. There is more on this story. First Digital, in response to the FUD that got spread around, said that FDUSD has completed its first batch of redemption requests with the corresponding burn transactions verified on chain. The official statement reaffirms that FDUSD continues to maintain a one-for-one full backing and the redemption channel is operating smoothly. Yeah, that's a very much a PR, release
Yeah,
on
right.
that. So we'll follow that over the next couple of days. If there is any other developments, we'll keep you updated in the Crypto Blast. So Coinbase, that's not a thing. Let's probably not Google that one. Coinbase
Oh
has
God.
announced has announced the reserve rights, which is RSR, has been added to the listing roadmap for this year in an effort to increase transparency. So if you're going to pay attention to, so this is basically the in transparency for projects that are going to be listed onto Coinbase, but this is going to be a note to anybody who is going to be following this RSR announcement that Coinbase is going to be doing in the future. Note that these assets won't be live on Coinbase at this time. So if you buy an asset elsewhere or you have said asset and you wanna hold it on Coinbase because you feel that you trust it more, or for whatever reasons, if it's been announced on RSR and it hasn't had an official release statement from Coinbase, your funds are going to be lost if you send it over to them. So just be really careful, and double check. It's great that Coinbase are doing this for transparency reasons, but there is a real risk to losing your assets if you're just going, oh, Coinbase is releasing access to this. I'm going to send over my funds to Coinbase. Double check and make sure it's actually trading
Wow, wow,
and live
wow.
on Coinbase. Otherwise, you're going to hear that theme tune a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly.
Galaxy Digital UK, the subsidiary of the digital assets financial services firm, has received approval from the UK's Financial Conduct Authority, the FCA, for its derivatives trading license. The company has been on the FCA's crypto register since 21.
Nice, nice. Good story. Good UK story.
Yeah, exactly. We'll finish on one which is a bit of a dud headline because everybody seemed to be getting in a bid for TikTok yesterday. But it was via PIQ, Reuters headline,
Oh, stop
Zoop, a
it.
startup. Yeah, I know, got to go through there. Zoop, a startup founded by OnlyFans creator Tim Stokely, has partnered with the H-Bar, the Hedera network, to submit a bid to the White House to acquire TikTok ahead of ByteDance's sale deadline. So,
Well,
it
also,
could
mate,
be.
this is
Go
an
on.
exclusive to our listeners. Myself and Ian, the dog, are going to also put in a bid. We're in the
Ah,
moment.
brilliant.
At the moment, we're at two bones and a martini.
Well, so I'll add in a Guinness as well.
There you go. Perfect. Right. So we wait patiently.
I will await their return to our letter, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I think that's
Uh,
going to be it from me today.
Awesome. Well, I've got some other bonus news as well from our
Oh,
good friends at CME. So CME, as I have mentioned on various different blasts that we do and whatnot, CME are making a very concerted effort to bust into retail trading space this year. Obviously, those that know their products, we know they've got the micros, the minis, the micros, and all this stuff. But our PIQ, we have a very good partnership with CME Group, so I kind of get to see behind the curtain sometimes. And this is some things that they're really looking to push forward and do. And CME behind it, it's the most trusted name in futures, basically. Oh wait, in markets in general, the biggest derivatives exchange in the world. They've actually announced, finally, they've announced it, that they're bringing out a new type of trading product that is basically a hybrid of futures and CFDs. So TLDR, think of it as a future that doesn't expire. So obviously, a lot of problems that retail traders have is with if you're trading futures, which obviously everyone aspires to trade on the CME, but the problem is you got to factor in the rolls every quarter or whatnot. So what they've done, really for the retail crowd, is they've created a futures that is based off the spot price, so it won't expire. So this is something that they're looking to roll out, and it's hopefully coming to a retail brokerage near you. They're really putting some effort behind it, so want to keep an eye on. And two of the products, they're releasing it with I think 6 products to start with, and at those 6, it includes Bitcoin and ETH. So definitely one to keep an eye on, and there'll be more coming out via PIQ and obviously CME on that going forward. And that's it from me. And there you go, bit of an insight for you. But I think, to be honest, I think I did
awesome.
mention this to you privately and before that it was happening. So there you go. Now you know.
Hey, public knowledge now. Brilliant.
Perfect. Okay. Well, look, Cam, thank you as always for being the host with the most. Listeners, thank you as always. We're starting to get a bit of a following now on these ones, which is really good. It'll be up on TikTok on our both of mine and Cam's Substacks, YouTube. I really do need to pull my finger out and sort the Spotify account out as well. But yeah, just thanks for listening along, and tune in tomorrow.
Thank you very much, everybody. Bye.